So India versus Pakistan, it in Pale match result, no result. Well, fans from both sides of the border might have chosen their winner, and we would like to discuss who did the rain actually save. Was it India or Pakistan? But I personally think it was definitely a very good dress rehearsal for the Super 4 stage, and perhaps who knows for the finals as well. To discuss more on the positives and negatives for both the sides over the 50 overs that were played yesterday, I have my colleagues Praneeth and Shravanan. Hi guys, how are you? How are you doing?
Really good, Junaid.
So I'm pretty sure all of us were disappointed. We thought that India recovered pretty well after an early setback. But again, the rain played spoilsport. It was more like we discussed in the match preview. It could be a start and stop kind of a day. That exactly what it was, and then eventually the end result not going anywhere. I'll start with you, Praneeth. Winning the toss and batting first. Do you agree with Rohit Sharma's decision? Because personally, I mean, I felt that it was overcast and you were playing against possibly the best fast bowling lineup in the world. So you kind of underestimated Shaheen Shah Afridi and his opening bowlers.
I don't think from that point of view. Point number one, I think as far as India management is concerned, they are looking Asia Cup as a more from a practice point of view for World Cup, right? So you need to ensure that batters are okay with going through the swinging conditions, right? Uh, biding that time in that conditions and accelerating in the later phase. That's one thing I thought. And second thing is batting second would be difficult with Duckworth Lewis and all those things, right? If you think about Pakistan, after it rained and the match got reduced to 36 overs, they had to chase around 230 runs, which is not that easy considering the rain interruptions and all those things. So that is also one more factor which could have pushed Rohit Sharma to take batting first option. And I think also in the major tournaments, there is something called scoreboard pressure, which kind of takes a toll. Like, let's say if Pakistan ends up scoring like 270, 280, India would have struggled while chasing. So I feel batting first, I think Rohit made a sensible decision by taking batting first.
Well, I think, Shravanan, I mean, let me come to you. We looked a bit overcautious playing in the first phase of the innings. 4.5 overs before the first rain interruption. I think we looked a bit okay because Rohit Sharma was showing his intent, going after Shaheen Afridi. But I do feel that Shaheen Afridi was actually not pitching up more towards Rohit Sharma. But after the first rain interruption, he sort of altered his length. And that gave him results, basically. Do you think we like over-defended him a little bit? And even Naseem Shah was absolutely brilliant in the first spell. What do you think about that?
Yes, exactly. That's my point. Because Shaheen Shah Afridi was not pretty consistent in his early overs. He was a little bit off the length. He was not even in the. He didn't get the line correctly against Rohit Sharma. Too many balls on the leg side, too many wides. That is very unlike of Pakistan. They have given way too extras in the early over itself. But I think, especially Rohit Sharma was okay. He was at least getting the defense in the middle of that, but not Gill. He is not able to. He was not even up to that mark. I think for a high quality India Pakistan clash, I think Gill was pretty off and he was nowhere near to his best throughout his.
I think, I actually got a feeling that he was trying to see off the new ball, and then maybe after 10-15 overs, I think he got out at 14.1, but he wanted to wait until the spinners come into picture, and then he would try and accelerate. He was trying to get the measure of the wicket, but it was neither here nor there kind of a situation for him.
Yes, he was pretty unsure to go after the ball or to defend, or he was not even doing his feet movements pretty correctly. He was really stuck at the crease all the time. He just
And,
threw his bat. He just sent his bat away.
And
during
also
his
if
dismissal
you-
also, yeah, he was not neither on his back foot or not in front foot. He was just waving his bat around. That's why he just got little bit confused. And with the pace of Haris Rauf, you can't, you don't get that extra time for defending or going for a stroke or going for a shot. So that's what happened. And I think the rain also was playing in his mind because he was there with the first break. Rohit was playing well. Comparatively, he was playing well.
Yes.
When he got out, and Virat Kohli also went pretty cheaply. So that's also playing in his mind, I think. How I'm going to survive the next 10 overs or 15 overs. He was not even able to rotate the strike. Even if you see some
Yeah.
singles he got, they were outside edges. If there is a second slip, it could have been a different story there itself.
Well, that was the point I was coming down to. I mean, when you talk about negatives, let's stay away from positives for a little bit. Let's talk about negatives. I mean, the most important one, again, that has been perennial to India's cause has been the left arm pacers. So Amir, Trent Bolt, Shaheen Afridi in 2021, Shaheen Afridi again in 2023. So, I mean, what's going wrong, basically? Why are we just like unable to play those in-swinging balls? Two outswingers, one coming back in, and Rohit Sharma was done completely. Virat caught neither here nor there. So trying to drive or cut, I don't know what he was doing. He was playing with an angled bat and then managed to get drag it back onto the stumps. So what can we do basically? Maybe we will be facing Pakistan a few more times in maybe like 2 months, 3 or 4 times maybe. That's possible.
One thing is we need to what do you say? We need to produce some quality left-arm paces in our Indian soil itself. That would solve a problem to an extent. At least whether we can expect some what could be the line, what could be the length the left-arm paces are going to put against our batters. Actually, if you see, they have only a left-arm thrower in the practice sessions.
Yes,
also. We
the
don't
Sri
have
Lankan
a
guy.
quality left-arm pacer actually. Ashdeep was showing some promise, but still we haven't get a good quality pacer like Zahir Khan or Ashish Nehra for an extent. Even Ashish Nehra was doing very well during his time, during his retirement. Also, he was bowling fairly well. But we can't able to produce one bowler like Zahir Khan or at least an Irfan Pathan. That is a problem, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, what I heard, from one of the media outlets, what I heard was in the camp that was held in Bangalore before the team headed to Sri Lanka for the Asia Cup, Rohit Sharma and co were practicing against left-arm pacers. Yash Dayal was there in the camp, and I think Aniket Chaudhary, if I'm not mistaken. So I think they had their fair bit of preparation, but even if you could see there was a change in the way Rohit Sharma was taking the stance, basically. So he did try his bit. And you just give the credit where it's due. I mean, Shaheen was brilliant, no doubt about
And
that.
also,
he was brilliant. There is no doubt. But it's a regulation delivery. If he is bowling 2 outswingers up front, and
Yes.
you are expecting an in-swinger anytime. Also, you see that Shaheen Shah Afridi, right from the ball one, he tried an in-swinging Yorker. The first ball was an in-swinging Yorker to Rohit Sharma.
Yes.
So that is a given one. You have to expect an in-swinger. But I don't see it was not a pretty big movement to not to defend by a batter like Rohit Sharma. He could have done something better there, but still, if you give Rohit Sharma's wicket also due credit to Shaheen Shah Afridi, but I don't think Virat Kohli's dismissal was an outright bowler's dismissal.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. I mean, it was
Also,
more
again,
of a drag.
And also there
is
were-
not bowler's dismissal.
And also, see, one thing which we are forgetting here is like rain interruptions had a toll
Yes.
on the Indian team. And also in the rain interruptions, Shaheen Afridi and Morne Morkel worked on
Yes,
the
they
alterations
worked
which
on.
kind of helped them. And also,
True.
if you see the second over, Naseem Shah, first ball, I think it went somewhere around Rohit Sharma's thigh guard when he was defending on the front
Yes.
foot. And the very next ball, it came around the shin height. So there was a variable bounce
Yes. It was a dual-paced wicket.
It was a dual-paced wicket, and also Virat Kohli, when he played that shot, it was the bounce which did him. It was not the wrong shot or the wrong footwork, in my opinion. It was the bounce, variable bounce, which kind of let Virat Kohli drag the ball onto the stumps. So I wouldn't be minding too much about Rohit Sharma's wicket and Virat's wicket, right? So for me, the major concern was Gill's wicket, because when he was trying to go for that front foot defense, he was late on that. Like when the ball hit the stumps, his front foot didn't even land on the ground. So he was late on that. That is something concerning, because also it is his first game against Pakistan in a tournament. So we can give that benefit of doubt.
Yeah. So basically, I mean, those were the negatives we had, actually. I mean, there was nothing more than that. The first 3-4 wickets, I mean, 3 wickets, 2 wickets, I would say. Well, coming to the positives, for me, the most important point was Shreyas Iyer's return. It never looked like he has been away from cricket for a long time. The way he was batting, 9 balls, 14 runs, though the number of runs were relatively low, but he came out with a positive intent, that attacking mindset, all right, scoring those 2 boundaries. And unfortunately for him, he got caught off, it was a decent shot, basically. But again, short balls have been his problem, basically. And yeah, the next one, Ishan Kishan, I think he punched above his weight. Maturity is something you don't associate with Ishan Kishan, and then that innings was completely different to what a traditional Ishan Kishan innings looks like. He was so mature, running those 1s and 2s, scoring the odd boundary, running the game along. Okay, when you are there in the middle by the end of 14 overs or something, then from there, building on a partnership with Hardik Pandya, that was something you don't expect with Ishan Kishan. This is what we were discussing. He would just go bang, bang, but he didn't do that. Okay, I think he got crammed up later on. That's the reason he tried to score those runs. But until that point, he was playing a very mature knock.
Yeah,
exactly. That's my Pranit was what do you say? Pranit was spot on in picking Ishan Kishan ahead of Sanju Samson, because we were supporting Sanju Samson a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
But Ishan played a pretty mature knock. It's something like I could see an Raina or Yuvraj during their prime, because he was pretty calculative. He was not defending too much again. He was not cautious, but he was very took some calculated risk also. First, he was pretty looking for the nudging a single, picking a 2. But once Shubman Gill got out, he was pretty sure that he is going to stay for a long time. And along with Hardik Pandya, I think they too got a chemistry to work on to stay for that period. Like what Pakistan did against Nepal with Babar and Rizwan in the crease, they recreated that magic again. Also, Ishan Kishan was, if you see Hardik Pandya also, he was not trying to hit it on the air. He just want to make the runs on the ground alone. He got some short balls also, like Shreyas Iyer got, but Shreyas Iyer played it in the air. Instead, Hardik Pandya just went along the ground. Yep. Especially one Shaheen Afridi.
Against Shaheen
That was a brilliant shot. That was a brilliant shot. You can't play Shaheen Afridi like that. That to an on-drive in the short ball. True. And also, again, he played a hook also. That is also played along the ground. He was not going to take that risk. But once Ishan Kishan got that cramp, I think he was in a hurry to score runs. Okay,
yes.
We have played this long. I think he got out on 37th over. So he thought that this is the time we should make some attacking intent and go for runs. But unfortunately, he was got out, and then again downslide for India. But still, but Ishan Kishan played really well. The difference between India's 100 and 260 was because of the partnership between Ishan and Hardik.
Yes, Praneeth.
And also, if you see that, if you think about the score, 266, it could have been 300 also if Hardik and Ishan were there. And considering the fact that Rohit Sharma, Virat and Shubman Gill didn't click in this match, so it's a good thing. Like in 2019 World Cup, we were like, if top order doesn't work, what is going to happen? Now these guys have shown that maturity, and I hope that this is consistent in
Yeah.
this tournament and also hopefully in the World Cup.
The most important point in this innings was even though the wickets were falling quite regularly, the run rate didn't drop. We were there and thereabout consistently throughout the innings. We were touching 5 and 5.3 consistently. So, I mean, when Hardik was batting, even though Ishant had got out, I was expecting maybe, 30, 25 to 30 more runs from his own bat. But again, obviously, he got deceived by a slow one. So that happens basically, yeah. I mean, but even though, considering the magnitude of the game, 266 runs on the board, scoreboard pressure, they had fared decently well after an early topple. What do you think?
Yeah, I do think that for me, that Pallekele wicket was a slow wicket. It was a double paced wicket, and I was like 270 is a good score. And considering rain and all that interruptions, it breaks the momentum, right? Even for that Pakistan team, it would have impacted. And the initial reduced score was 36 overs, 226, something like that. And Pakistan openers, Fakhar Zaman is looking for form. Imam Ulaq is not that attacking batsman, who from the word go, he will start scoring at the rate of 6.5, something like that. So it would have been difficult for them also when they were facing Siraj and Bumrah. And in that situations, like when you are, when all these factors are there, the scoreboard pressure kind of adds on to that.
Adds up. True.
And they kind of falter after that. Even if you take Champions Trophy final, India's chase, India went bowling first, and scoreboard pressure got better of them. And at the same time, in India Pakistan tournament, in that also finals, again India did the same thing, and scoreboard pressure got better of them. So in the major tournaments, like lot of players, like I think Sachin, Wasim Akram, lot of players said that no matter what the situation is, it's better to bat first, put runs on the board, and things would be taken care of.
There's one thing that I didn't understand, Babar Azam's captaincy, because you have the opposition on the mat, 66 for 4 in 40 overs, a thick bit of 36 overs to be played. You have your fast bowlers still left with about 15 overs. Why didn't you go for the kill? That could have just finished the game maybe under 25, 30 overs perhaps, just in case if...
I mean, again, that's the power of hindsight,
I completely understand that, yes. So basically, it's the thing, you have... I mean, you could have actually... I know, in retrospect, you would think something like that. All right, why didn't you go for the kill? But he still had those overs, right? I mean, Shaheen could have bowled an over or two. Naseem could have been used for an over. Haris could have bowled 1 over, maybe 3 or 4 overs, and then you could have got the spin on 1 wicket here and there. Then things could have been different. I know in retrospect it all looks hunky dory, but that was definitely an option.
For me, the Babar's captaincy, where I would say it was a negative thing, even with the spinners, he was not looking for the attacking option. Where are the slips? Where are the leg slips? Where is the short leg? When the team is under pressure, where are the close-in fielders? There weren't many of those. Like when Shadab Khan, a premier spinner, he's not getting any leg slips or slips, is something which is something which I was not able to understand. See, I can understand from the fast bowlers that they were not utilized. That is again a hindsight thing, but there are few things even with the spinners he could have done. So that is where he missed out, right?
I think their spinners bowled a bit too quick. I mean, there was no flight in the air. Maybe a lot of T20 things to do, to do with that. So, I mean, you need to purchase wickets at the end of the day if you are a quality leg spinner. But they were looking to just fire those ones a bit too quick. And I think Ishan and Hardik both, they were able to score runs off the back foot, cutting them. I remember Hardik playing consistently off the back towards the backward point and the third man region. So I think they were a bit too quick. They didn't give that much flight to both the batsmen. So that I think they were below par for those 20-21 overs they bowled. I mean, their spinners ended up bowling 1 or 2 overs more than their fast bowlers, who actually ended up taking 10 wickets.
Here's the thing, Aga Salman, okay, I understand 1-2 overs you could have gone with him, but giving 4 overs, that kind of eaten into Naseem. Naseem Shah didn't finish the full quota. Like, he was still left with 1 over.
1 over. So technically, if Bumrah or if we were left with wickets, then there would have had to be one spinner who would have bowled the final over, right?
Exactly,
so that's a technical blunder. That's a technical blunder, basically. Just imagine if Hardik is there, maybe somebody, even Bumrah for that matter, if he had remained not out and Aga Salman or somebody is coming into ball. So against a spinner who's not have a good day, there could have been 10-15 runs taken quite easily.
True, yeah.
Right.
So and also you were saying that, right, spinners were bowling quite fast and all those things. But the thing is, that's where captaincy comes in, right? You're like, you need to back the bowler, saying that, buddy, this is the field, and you need to bowl accordingly whenever the bowler is faltering with the plans and all those things. So that's where I felt Babar missed out, like with respect to giving too many overs to spinners and at the same time not backing attacking fields. So that's where I felt. That's what I felt about that.
Well, yes, I mean, it was one game where there was no result, but there's going to be plenty more coming our way. As fans, we are all disappointed that it could have gone India's way. But 10th of September, there could be another game, another opportunity for the players to perform, another excited build-up it's going to be. So we'll have to wait and see what unfolds before next Sunday. And hope to see India win that game and take us forward from there on. So, Shravanan, any final comments from you before we wrap it up?
Regarding this game, I think we have to give it to the Pakistani bowlers and both our batsmen, like Ishan and Hardik. They were the only positives we had. Also, Jadeja and Shardul Thakur should have contributed some more. Because there were overs left. I don't think so that Shardul make that shot or make that call, because it was pretty unnecessary at that time. You have lost Hardik Pandya, you have lost Ishan Kishan. They were the batters who made it look so easy to make runs in that pitch. And maybe even Bumrah, for an instance, he played really well, I think. He got those 3-4s pretty well. The one through cover and one straight to the mid off. It was very eye candy to watch. But why Jaddu and Shardul Thakur just threw their wickets away? I don't think so. Also, if we had at least 10-15 overs of Indian bowling, then we could have get a measure of what we are going to expect in the Super 4. But we are unable to get that one.
Well, let's hope there's Nepal around the corner tomorrow, and I hope we see our bowlers in action. And so I hope India wins tomorrow quite comprehensively and then qualify.
One thing I want to add. Against Nepal, I don't think so. India should do any experimentation again. We have to go in with the full
it's the same squad. It's the same team,
squad, and they should exploit. At least if we won the toss, we have to bat first. At least get some game time to all the batters. Have some runs off your back. That will give you confidence.
So that's about it. We will join again. Do join us again next time, and do like, share, and subscribe. We'll get to you the rest of the Asia Cup and the matches that will be following Asia Cup. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you, Praneeth. Thank you, Shravanan. And I hope to see you in our next video. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen.
Thanks.